Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Brenda Onyango Kitui. I am a counseling psychologist and a hospitality lecturer. So today's video is another exciting topic, and I am so excited to have a very special guest. And so she has such a big CV, so many achievements, so much brilliance, so much intelligence. I mean, there's just so much. So today I'm going to be doing introduction in a very different way. I'm going to read you her bio. Then after that, she's going to introduce herself, okay? So, Hellen Mtawali is a music performer, lecturer at Daystar University, marketer, MC, music judge, actress, linguist. She speaks 17 languages, choreographer, hairdresser, fashion designer, singer, and motivational speaker. As a music instructor, she trains upcoming musicians in performances in churches and various renowned institutions. As a music judge, she has participated in televised music competitions as principal in Premier Voice and was the former voice coach and principal in the renowned Tusker Project Fame season 1 to 5. With her choreography skills, she has taught a mass choir of 350 university students from 15 different private universities, which entertain guests severally during the Mashujaa Day celebrations. She's a mentor, a motivational speaker, and a Daystar brand ambassador, sharing her skills as she tours the country as a marketing assistant. Based at Daystar University, Mtawali performs locally and abroad to raise school fees for needy students in the institution. Besides her mission, she trains young people who will take the tunes far and wide. She achieves this through her brainchild organization, Afrizo. Hellen is one of few Kenyan musicians who combine their voice with authentic African sounds and are good at it. She's referred to as an ambassador for African music. She travels around the world, ensuring people have a special love and appreciation for African music. Among projects she has done to nurture and mentor African talent include Lugo Mufo Sako. Yeah. She's also the president of Lugo Sako. Lugo Mufo Sako, sorry. As an actress, Hellen participated as an oracle in Eric Wainaina's play, Luanda Man of Stone, Luanda the Ghetto Story, which was shown in New York, Broadway as More Fire. Hellen has her own clothing line and design rich with African touch. During her free time, Hellen MCs in weddings and is known as the musical MC. Hellen is the founder of Afrizo Voices Band, a group based in Daystar University that tours the world singing music that honors a variety of African traditions. In 2013, Hellen was nominated among the top 50 influential women in Kenya. Currently, she is the founder of African Online Vocalist, an online talent academy that has birthed 3 other online schools, namely Nairobi Performing Arts Studio Music Department, International Youth Fellowship Music Department, and Talanta Ajira in Mombasa. Okay, so you see, she's the perfect person to tackle this topic. And yeah, she's so talented. Before I continue, I'll just ask her to introduce herself. I call her Mama, but she can also introduce herself in the way she does, in her very magnificent way. Mama, karibu.
So in short, I'm trying to say that this is Hellen Olivia Akoto Bolo Nyarnyakat. Makinenaka wuto tadongora therefore. Mtawali. Now then, it sounds in South Africa.
African indeed.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yes. I had to be African because one time I went to the US and everybody was singing English so well. Until I went on stage and sang something they didn't understand. They were like, wow. Nikasema, oh. So from then on, I decided, okay, let me be a representative and ambassador for Daystar. For the African. Yeah, and I think I like it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's nice. I think
Oh,
you'll
and
be.
Nema Mtawali. Nema Mtawali is my daughter. I think she uses a lot of Zoom. So her name is stuck there. So Nema Mtawali is my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's saying
Yeah.
on down there on the Zoom
Yes. Actually,
ID.
I need to change it so that, yeah, it is
Okay.
Hellen Mtawali. Some people call me Madam President. Yeah. Which
Mm-hmm.
say well. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mama, for doing this. I really, really appreciate. And
Hmm.
today we are going to be,
Yes.
yeah, we are going to be talking about how to turn your talent into a career. Yeah. I know so
Yes.
many
Yes.
people. Yeah, I know so many creatives, being in the
Hmm.
creative world myself. I know singers, I know
Yeah.
dancers,
Hmm.
I know people who draw, people who have the talent
Yeah.
of speaking, but they are stuck at the point of
Yeah.
how do I turn this into a career? Obviously, for you, you've turned it into such an incredible, successful career that it has opened so many doors for you. It has placed you at the table with leaders from all walks of life. And so I thought you are the best person who can share your experience, who can offer some advice to help someone who's trying to turn their talent into a career.
Yeah.
Okay. And talents are
Hmm.
many. I'm
Yeah.
sure you will mention them. I'm sure you'll mention the different types of talents that are there in the arts
Yeah.
industry. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So I'm going to be
Yeah.
asking you some questions, then you'll
Hmm.
respond, and then that's how we'll go about it.
No
Okay.
problem. Yeah.
All right. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, how did
Mm.
you transform your talent into career from the very beginning?
Okay. Right. When I was growing up, of course, my parents were musical. So at some point, by all means, I knew that in the area of music, I would either be an instructor and a singer, and that's it. But as I continued doing my studies and exploring what is in the industry, I met a lady called Dr. Roberta King, and she's from the US. She told me, hey, by the way, you could develop careers from what you do. And because music really touches like five different disciplines. One is music itself, next is dance, because there's no musician who has two left feet. Yeah, dance, there's drama, there is writing, there is the creativity, etc. I realized that there's a lot that could develop from this. So with the guidance of my mentors and the guidance of many people who have talked to me before, I ended up finding out that ideally um, I could explore my potential and be able to develop careers from this. And that's how come I realized that from the five different disciplines, there's a lot I could do. And then nobody usually teaches you how to create money. So I am a witness that from those different things, when I be package myself in a way that people would respect me, I realized that they became careers, and I developed them. And many people now come to me to ask me to show them how to change this into a career. It's just believing in yourself, packaging yourself, and there you go. Your career is up.
Okay. So you have to believe
Yes,
in yourself. You mentioned
you
also,
must.
yeah, you mentioned something about having a mentor. How important was
Yeah.
that for you?
Always, always, always mentorship. The people have done whatever we are doing before us and have seen the industry, the challenges. So if you listen to them, they will help you shape what you have and help you create a career from this. And that is what actually helped me out after listening to several speakers, several people who have done this before me. And I was able to develop, to come up with the idea that um, belief in myself and being able to package myself can take me places. Yeah, so they're the ones who actually played a big part in shaping how I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's really great. So
Yeah.
I hope you've
Yeah.
noted those points. And then what was challenging at the beginning? What would you say you struggled to deal with when you were starting?
When I was starting is money, because ideally when the television takes you up and people talk about you, go to a place and sing, everybody talks about you. At the end of the day, bills have to be paid. So ideally for everyone who is in the music industry, we've seen some who either have fallen or some people who have been in the industry who have seen this as a challenge itself, financial investments for musicians or people who are talented to know how to change this, what they have in their hands, into an investment is challenging. So you need guidance. You need people who can tell you that one day you'll be up there, another day you'll be down there. So you need to create a balance. You need to invest. You need to change that into, change what you have in your hand into something that maybe can help you live for a long time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yourself, how did you manage that challenge? Like, what are some of the things you did to ensure that you're not struggling with the finances?
Yeah. So after starting Afrizo, and there are many people who are depending on me. Like anytime we meet for practice, you'll hear them say, "Mom, nipate fare," and I was just depending on basic salary. I had to think out of the box and see what else can I be able to do. Then I realized that even if I went and did a job that paid me 100 shillings, it is money, and it's money in that no one can give me. So my mom also encouraged me and would have shows apart from just working from days for Daystar, and I would go and make people's hair and get money for that. I would just charge up out of my head and get money for that. I realized, oh, okay. So when somebody has a problem, they can actually come to me and I can be able to assist because of those other things that I do. So I quickly reached my apex, being able to know that there's a lot I could be able to have in my hand if I change this into money, ideas that would bring in income. Then I can be able to help many people and also elevate the problem of poverty. So, and again, the other thing that I don't live large. I don't live large, but I invest in people. So, ukiniuliza, where does your money go to? I'll tell you a lot of it goes into people. I really invest in people because many people, again, depend on me. When they come to you, they have not paid their house rent. They're not looking for you to pray for them. They're looking for you to help them be able to pay that house rent. So I might not be able to pay the whole of it, but there has to be some money somewhere in my hands. And through the guidance of also listening to people talk, showing me how to invest, I ended up not, sometimes if you ask me how much I get from my salary, you realize that whatever comes to my hand is very little because I realized I could be able to save. And so since I was not able to save, when all of it gets to my hand, I decided to just at one time, at one go, get a way to get that money into an investment before it gets to me, so that whatever gets to me is something I can be able to use.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So I like, there's something you've mentioned that I found very interesting. Yes, you have your career, your talent you're turning into a career, but before this career materializes into a source of income, you had to do a side hustle to support yourself so that you could grow this.
Not just a side, but a lot of side hustles to support just not me, but also those who depend on me. Because when they come, when you become very popular, people have an expectation. And eventually you might find yourself living beyond your means. So I had to think of other ways of making money so that, one, I don't live beyond my means, but whenever I need or I'm in need of money, then it's readily available. Yeah. And also invest. So yeah. That's a language that not many people would talk to you about. Yeah. They would not tell you how to do that. They would just tell you, wow, you're a celeb, but you can't eat celebrity. You can't eat your celebrityness. There will instead be a lot of expectations from people. So you have to think out of the box. I want to do shows, and in these shows, they require you to dress up, to dress the part. And maybe sometimes you have to wait until the end of the month for that salary. So instead, engage myself. As a musician, I'm a public person. I eventually turned that into a skill to know how to talk to people so that talking can also bring in money. So when it comes in at money, it can take care of the little things that I want on the side. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's so powerful what you've said, because a while back we saw in the media how comedians, Kenyan comedians are feeling that pressure of being a celeb.
And theater Theater is the least paying, by the way. Theater industry is the least paying. Doesn't pay much, but it makes you popular very fast. So unfortunately, when you become popular in the eyes of people, they also think that you live well. Now that favors some people. Some people might have the favor of being able to break even, and they're able to get money, like companies contracted them to become brand ambassadors. What happens to that person who does not get the opportunity? That's now how you need to think out of the box and be able to become your own savior, even when money from the theater industry doesn't save you.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow, that is very good advice, and I hope it will get to
Yes.
those artists, those creatives who are struggling with that. It's you can find
Yeah.
other things, yeah, you can
Yeah.
explore your other abilities to see how you can generate
Mm-hmm.
some income so that you're not struggling and not
Yeah.
feeling the pressure.
Yes. Cash flow is a word. Yeah. Ensure that there's cash flow. Yeah.
Okay,
Me, I've
thank
even earned from my eyes. I go and pose my eyes like this, etc., and somebody pays you for that. That's the project fame. I was hired not necessarily because of what is in my head, but my eyes. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yes.
yes, I always say everything God has given you is
Yes.
a gift, a talent that you need to use to sustain
Next.
yourself.
Mm,
Whatever
yes.
you have within
Mm,
you, it's been given to you so that you can use to serve and to sustain yourself.
yes.
Okay,
Mm,
wow. Thank you for those tips. I think that's a very powerful tip for someone who is struggling
yes.
because we see it in the media, the comedians
Yeah.
complaining, oh, I'm a celeb,
Yeah.
I'm on TV, I've been on Churchill, but I'm
Yeah.
struggling. Yeah. So advice
Yeah.
to you from the principal
Mm.
herself, you can do
Yeah.
anything.
Advice is yes, and then also know that time flies, and just the way they say the beautiful ones are not yet born. You must keep yourself relevant so that you can become beautiful all through. Yeah, there are people. There's talent coming up and very good talent. So for you to keep up your game, you must always renovate yourself, reinvent yourself. That's why companies always restructure themselves. They always rebrand. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna stay stale. You have to always rebrand. Yeah.
Okay, that is good. You have to keep building yourself up and staying
Mm,
relevant to what's going on.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was easy to do? I know we've talked a lot about the difficulties. What was easy to do? What would you say you found easy to do?
For me, it's singing. Singing is easy. Wake me up whatever time. Ask me to sing, I will sing. And effortlessly because it's something I do passionately. I enjoy. And yeah. But also some opportunities also come your way easy because of your passion. You get passionate at what you do, and then opportunities just come. And you're like, oh, at one time I did Tasker Project. The last Tasker Project film I did for me was a walkover. I was like, other times I've toiled as a vocal coach. And oh, thank you to Kavuda. I tell you, she really did a lot of work. And for me, being a principal in that academy, I think that was the easiest thing. Yeah, at the time I fell sick. And when I fell sick, the CEO and the company understood what I was going through, and they made it so easy for me. The last Tasker Project Fame show that I did, season 5, was the easiest I did. Yeah, because I just would walk in and mention a few things, and that's it. They wait for me until the next day. Like I'm like, oh, that was easy. You know, yeah, but Kavuda worked very hard. I tell you, sometimes if you're at a state of ukubwa, ukubwa can help you work hard so that you can become a boss. If you become a boss of something, people have to do all the rest of the work, and then you just sit in, and money comes in. So getting to your apex is the easiest thing you can ever do for yourself, although it has its own challenges, but it's a good thing to just sit back and see money just come in. Yeah. And also, there's more to life than just money, by the way, because also you might have money, but then the higher you go, the lonelier it becomes. So get to know people and appreciate people. One time, those people will become your assets. So appreciate people. Live for God, live your life to its fullness, but acknowledge people. Yeah.
Okay, I love that you said being at the top can sometimes be easy. And you know, when
It
someone
can be
is
very lonely,
starting,
yeah.
yeah, and it can also be lonely. And
Yeah.
many people think everyone wants to get to the top. Yeah, everyone, especially the creatives, we are
Yeah.
usually in such a rush to get there.
Yeah.
But you see now,
Yeah.
for you, you are able
To
to
get to the
enjoy
top.
that
Yeah.
privilege. Yeah, you're able to enjoy that privilege because you had worked towards it. You had established
Yeah.
yourself. You are now an
Yeah.
authority, someone senior, and that explains why it becomes easier. So at the beginning, there's a lot.
Actually, people use your name. They use your name and they get headway. Yeah. That's when you actually realize that you've gotten to the top. You go to a place and people recognize you. When they recognize you, oh, the only sad thing about it is when they over recognize you, get to a place and expect them to recognize you, then they don't recognize you, you feel badly. Like when I went to the US one
Mhm.
time, we passed through London. And when I got to London, they were like, "What's your name? And who are you?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, that offended me." I was like, "Who are you? You don't know me?" And I'm renowned in my country, you know. Yeah, you're never yet there until you're there, you know. So keep working, keep working. You might go to a country and realize that you are actually a drop of water in the ocean. Nobody recognizes you at all. So keep working, keep doing you. Yeah, just keep doing you. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm.
And when we were
Yeah.
talking earlier, you mentioned that it is good to always build yourself up. It's good to rebrand. It's good to stay relevant. So can you say that that is what has sustained you in the music industry?
By all means, and sometimes I do it unconsciously. I just make sure that my ears are on the vogue, and then my style, the style I adapted to music, is unique. It makes me stand out. So for every musician, if you don't stand out and you don't establish your uniqueness, you will not remain relevant. You will not be relevant. Yeah. So identify you, find what makes you you, and that will keep you up on the tops. And yeah, so I'm just glad that companies discovered me out and people talk about me and my work. So the more you do it out there, sometimes you might not be able to get to the corners you wish for, but just keep doing you and establish uniqueness. Yeah.
Okay, so establish your uniqueness so that you can stay relevant, so that you can be noticed despite the change in
Yes.
time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. What are some of the career challenges you face now? Challenges do you face now?
Correct. Huh. Career challenge now with the COVID, of course, by all means, entertainment has
Mhm.
gone down, but I was able to quickly adapt to the online platform. And that's how come I've been able to do 4 schools. That answers your question of what is it I'm doing now. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the online is pretty easy because all you need to do is stay at home and have Wi-Fi. And let your fingers do the working and your photos. I eventually found out that my art, I used to do fine art, that my art has come back. I do posters for my show myself. I don't have to hire somebody. I used to hire someone, but they taught me the dynamics of how to do that. Now I use my creativity to continue on. So I don't have to spend so much. Otherwise, I would be spending so much to ensure that this thing goes on. And the good thing is the online platform welcomes people. It welcomes people, but can be also very rough and tough on you. If people start criticizing you, the social media can really work against you. Yeah, like yesterday, I was so shocked that I was doing a show online. Then somebody walks in and then says, "I never tend to like this Hellen woman." I'm like, what? Of all the people, no. And I felt like telling him, "Let me make you popular a little, my dear darling. Don't like me. You don't have to." And actually, the fact that you brought yourself here is an indication that maybe you have just fallen in love with me anyway. Because sometimes there are people who tell you that what they like, the opposite, you know. So kwa nini umekuja hapa kwangu basi? Umekuja hapa kwa wali yangu fanya nini if you don't feel me? Yeah, you never miss people like that. Negative energy, yeah. So I just laughed it off and told people that in this life, not everybody will love you. Not everyone will love you. You must be ready for people with negative energy. So people with negative energy are full in this world. So all you need to know is find a way for focus so that even if you have people who think badly or opposite about you, you are still moving on. Keep your focus. Yeah. You must always keep your focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really love what you've said about it's like you have developed a thick skin. Yeah. You've learned how to.
That's the word. That's the word, girl. That's the word. You must develop thick skin. You have no choice. You must develop thick skin in the industry, especially in music, because that makes you popular. You have no choice. Must develop thick skin. And pretty much that's the reason why Ian would do Ian and in our shows, so that you know the reality that in this world, not everybody is for you and not everybody will applaud for you. There are people who are just, I tell them there are people, they're sent from hell or the pit of hell. Yeah, they say, wametumwa. Are you ready for the people wale wametumwa? Yeah, mtu akitumwa, are you ready for them? Yeah, you must just be ready for opposition, even when you least expect it. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's really good. Thank you for highlighting that because you are going to be out there and everyone has their opinion and everyone wants to criticize you. Yeah, so you must manage and just push on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the next question I want to ask you is what is the most satisfying experience you've had in
the most
this career?
satisfying experience is when you have taught someone and you see them at the top. The day Ruth Matete went to the top and she won was the best day of my life, because I was like, oh my gosh, where I got her from and how we have worked, her attitude towards life. Except, of course, life has its own way of beating people up. But for me, that was the apex. Not just Ruth Matete, but there are many. Mercy Masika. Mercy Masika started working with her when she was class 8, you know, when she was a little kid, you know. The parents were my good friends. Remember, Masika. We used to call her Agnes Masika. I'll sing and shine in Canaan land. You know, when Sing and Shine came in, she is the one who wrote that song, etc. Yeah. And then my satisfaction also is on when I'm able to do something and it picks up. When I started a free zone, nobody knew it. Before long, we started touring the world. That's the things that makes me feel, you know, my purpose for this world is hit. Yeah. And then people like Zawadi with his band, you know, Zawadi is struggling to make him form a band and eventually, you know, coming up with a band, and before you know it, it's known and it's called to different shows. Some of the shows that actually puts me in the limelight, you know, that's my happiness. That's my joy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So being able to see the fruits of your work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
And starting out something and having partners and see people join you in, support you. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So now, what advice would you give to someone who's trying to turn their talent into career?
Like I said, package it well so that it entices the whole world. Don't just think about locals. Also think about people who don't know what the locals provide, because that's your chance to showcase the locals. Yeah, so package yourself. And packaging yourself calls for excellence. Don't do it substandardly because there's no one watching, or don't do it substandardly because you have little tools. Always try and give it a little more extra. Before you know it, you will have created a career for yourself. And then enjoy what you're doing. Don't look strained. Like you're making you suffer. Your career is not supposed to make you suffer. It's supposed to make you enjoy. So enjoy what you do, like as if there was no one else who was meant to do it except you.
Okay, all right. I think that's really good. Enjoy, brand yourself, be unique, yeah? And then,
in fact, paid or not paid, some things you can be able to do without pay that will bring you pay after. Actually, let you lead the way with your passion, then money follows you. If money follows you, you're able to control it. But if you let money control you, then you'll drop down easy.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mama. That was my last question. Because,
Brilliant. Yeah.
yeah, because you've already given us so much advice. I don't want the people who are watching this to forget what you said, the important things. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful when you hear it from someone who's actually walked down that road, knows the corners, knows the right turn, and for them to actually tell you how to go about it. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to? Is there anything else?
If you love what you do, I want to say that if you love what you do it and doing, and you do it passionately, you never see the time pass. Because if you ask me, some of my age mates today, they look very old. But for me, I keep forgetting. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be old, but it doesn't come to my face because I love doing what I do passionately. So time flies. When you love doing what you do quickly, passionately, you always look for another day. You look forward for another day and you don't even see time passing. Sometimes my body reminds me, okay, I'm not like the way I used to be 10 years ago, yeah. So do it for you, do it for the passion of it, and let money follow you, and then people will follow you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I think we'll end it there. Maybe we'll host you again some other time to discuss this from a different perspective. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and may you be blessed.
You're most welcome. All right. Thank you, and God bless you then.
Okay. So thank you. Bye. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Make sure you watch the other videos on this channel. There are videos to educate you on issues of mental health and help you find a better way to navigate through life, like we've done today for those who are creative and would like to turn their talent into a career. Make sure you watch our other videos that will help you to find a better way to navigate through life. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Mental is human.